I felt myself float up out of the body. I was floating on the ceiling, looking down at the body. All of me was the one looking. Nothing of me was the body. So that was my first lesson. I am not my body. The body is just the house that I live in, but the I who lives in there is not connected in any way or attached or dependent on the body. So I'm hovering in this hospital room looking down at the body, and then I just felt myself beginning to be lifted up. I was floating up and up and up. I didn't know where I was going, but I knew very clearly that it was into peace, it was into love, and there were angels there. And at the time I was not a religious person, I wasn't a spiritual person, I had no idea about meditation, all that kind of thing. So I'm floating up and up and up. It was not hard to leave the body. It was very, very easy, and there was no fear. So this is one of the messages I want to give to you. Dying is not the difficult part. Living is the difficult part. So I'm floating up, and then I'm just floating into this golden light. And in that light is everything you could ever want. It was love, it was peace, it was inclusion. As soon as I got there, I knew this is home, this is where I came from, this is where I want to be. And everything down there that this little body is walking around playing at is just a story that I am making up. I, meaning big me, is making up, and it's not who I am. So in this oneness, I was in the oneness, in the golden light, and I could feel the consciousness of this being that is me. That was unbelievable. It was vast. It could do anything that it wanted. It could create anything at all just by thinking, just by having a focus. He couldn't care less. He just looked at me with unconditional love, forgiveness, and acceptance. And then we had this telepathic communication in our heads, in my head, and he said, because your heart is pure, if you want to, you can stay with us in the golden light. But, there's always a but, isn't there? We are asking you to go back. Not telling me I had to, but asking me, will you go back? Because the world needs your love, your wisdom, and your healing. Well, at the time, I didn't know much about any of the stuff I know about now. But I said to him, how can I go back down there knowing that this is where I belong, with you, here in the golden light? So he took a piece of his star, like a point of his blue star, and he put it into my heart. And then he said, now you will know that I am always with you. So the next minute, I'm back in the hospital room, floating over that body that is not who I am, knowing that if I get back into that body, I will take on suffering. If I stay out with them in the golden light, I will never suffer again. It was very hard to come back. It was very easy to leave. It was not easy to come back.